So the next topic that we're going to talk about is project scheduling. So we run into projects just about everywhere. Basically, a project is a bunch of activities that go together towards some common end purpose or end goal. So building a house, for example, is a great idea of looking at a project, right? We have a bunch of different activities that have to go into it. We have to dig the dirt out, pour the foundation, frame the thing up, put the roof on, and do the inside, put the electrical, all that fun stuff. So project scheduling, we're going to look at two different things. In recent times, they've really become kind of blurred. There's program evaluation and review technique, or PERT. And then there's also critical path method, CPM. So historically, they both are done in invented, I guess is the right word, in the 1950s. CPM is looking at dollars, and crashing is historically where it's been. PERT is more of the 3-time estimate that we're going to talk about. We're going to look at single point estimates and also 3-time estimates. But in both cases, we're going to build a network diagram, an activity on node network diagram, where the activities are nodes, arcs or arrows are the relationships between those activities, and then we're going to find the critical path, the thing that is going to take us the longest to get through the network. And then with CPM, we're going to look at trying to shorten the project duration, which is crashing. Let's look at an example. Colonial State College is considering a new building, which is going to be a multi-purpose athletic complex on campus. The complex would provide a new gymnasium for intercollegiate basketball games, expanded office space, classrooms, and intramural facilities. Oh, that's nice. They're putting intramurals in there. The following activities would have to be undertaken before construction began. We have survey the building site, which is activity A. So most of the time you will see activities labeled with capital letters. That's just something that has caught on historically and has kind of stuck around. Activity B, develop the initial design. Both of those can start immediately. That's what it means over here with the immediate predecessors. Right here with the dash signs means there's nothing that has to happen before they can start. So that means those two can start at the same time. C is obtain the board approval, then select the architect, establish the budget, finalize design, obtain financing, hire contractor. So for right now, all I want to do is just draw the project network. So let's make this smaller. Well, let's go back to here. Make this smaller, but big enough that I can see. And then let's draw the network diagram, the AON network, activity on node network. So as I stated before, activities A and B can start at the same time. So I'm going to just go ahead and give us a convenience node called a start node. So I'm just going to give us a start node. Generally nodes are circles, or our book uses rectangles because it's easier to draw with software. So we have a start node, so we can start A and B at the same time. C then so then what I do is I go and I look at the immediate predecessors and I look for things that would be next. So I see that A and B right there, right, are needed before C can start. So that means there's going to be C here, and I have to finish A and B, so there'll be arrows going into C from both A and B. So I have to finish both A and B before C can start. After C is done, it looks like I can start both D and E. I see that from these immediate predecessors right there. So then I'm going to go ahead and branch out D and E. Then we see that F is going to can only start after both D and E can finish, and I also see G can start after E. So I'm going to put F up here. I try to look at this stuff a little bit ahead to try to give myself a drawing that doesn't have the arcs overlapping. Sometimes that's impossible. And then G can start after E is finished. And then H can happen after F and G are done. And then since I had a start node, I'll have an end node also, which is just H going into it. So that's our project network, our activity on node network. Activities are nodes, arrows are relationships. So that's all I was going to do for drawing the network today. Next we'll get into actually trying to figure out the critical path of this. That'll be a different video.